You got to listen to this client interaction I had yesterday with a young guy. So someone told him to come find me and talk to me about watches, and he's just starting his collection. And the thing is he was admittedly all over the place as far as where to go and where to start. He was overwhelmed, and gave me basically the parameters of as far as price point that he wanted to stay around. And with that number, there was a lot of options, but I guess he was expecting me to give him the typical response of, oh, you got to make sure you have a Speedmaster in your collection. Every collection needs to have a Speedmaster. No, we don't do that. We don't do generic. That's not how we do things, or at least that's not how I do things. So I said, I'm going to do something right now that's going to blow your mind. And he was like, all right. I took out a mirror. I literally took out a mirror, and I put the mirror up, and I was like, put the watches on the back burner for a moment, and I want you to look at the mirror. And he's like, look at the mirror. I'm like, yeah, look at the mirror. I was like, you're not going to do this whole thing now, but when you get home, you have more time. Take the mirror out, look at it, and ask yourself questions like, who am I? Not my name, but who am I at my core? What do I like? What moves me? What makes me happy? Where's my family from? Where's my dad? Where's my mom from? What's my lifestyle? How do I intend to wear this watch? I mean, there's a series of questions on and on and on, and always asking yourself why. And I said, the longer you look in that mirror, the more things will be revealed to you. This is all, I never met this guy. He was like, his mind was blown, you could tell. And I said, I'm going to give you my information, but I want you to do this, and then come back to me and we'll talk again. And he was like, man, wow, that is so deep. And I was like, well, listen, first of all, I was blessed to learn about the power of discovery from one of my best friends in life and mentor, Pierre Anacart from France. And he taught me this. And now it's a part of my entire life, not just with work, but just my life in general. But then I told him, I was like, if you think about it, is it really that deep? Because the things that I'm asking you to ask yourself are things that, honestly, we should all be asking ourselves constantly. Because if you're not going to go deep with yourself, who are you going to go deep with? Because this is a method for you to be connected to yourself. And if you can't be connected to yourself, how could you possibly be connected to anyone else? So this is not, I mean, you could say it's deep, but I don't know. I would argue that this is the kind of stuff that you should be thinking about anyway. So anyway, it was a great interaction. He actually texted me that night, last night. And he's like, listen, I just want to thank you for your time. And I have never been asked these kinds of questions before in my life, and I'm looking forward to working with you. And I was like, likewise. So anyway, I just wanted to share that interaction. It was a pretty interesting and cool, some would say unconventional interaction, but actually I think beyond watches. And I told him it's not just watches. This goes with everything: buying a car, finding a partner, like all this stuff is stuff that we should be thinking about anyway, personal and professional. So anyway, I wanted to share that with you and challenge all of us to do the same thing. Look in the mirror, ask yourself, who are you? All right? Peace. Have a great day.